but you can shift for an economy size, can't you?
Leave me alone, Mr. Carter. I didn't know nothing.
All right, you're under arrest.
Hello again, folks. I know it's been a while, but I'm still here and finally ready to serve up another helping of Jags, Blags, Slags and more besides. Let's get stuck in, eh? This trip starts off next to Olympia and a scene from the opening episode of Series 3, Selected Target. We're looking roughly southeast here at the A315 as Hammersmith Road becomes Kensington High Street, where a 66 Bentley containing one Collie Kibber is tailed by a squad car. This Bentley also shows up in Series 4 Messenger of the Gods, and interestingly is listed by the DVLA as being yellow. Today, the usual undistinguishable shiny modern buildings dominate the backdrop, and as we pan down into Olympia Way we can see, well, approximately 3 feet till our view is blocked by construction hoardings with health and safety notices all over them.
But doesn't it get on your nerves?
We're looking back up Olympia Way here as Kibber's motor pulls up underneath a footbridge that I assume used to connect the station to the exhibition halls. As is often the case, I'm taken aback by how open this view looks, without street furniture and paraphernalia crowding every inch of your eye line. The entire Olympia complex is being redeveloped today to the tune of over £1 billion, backed by foreign money including Chinese and German naturally. At the time of filming, therefore, hoardings and fences dominated, along with a veritable army of high-vis vests. The footbridge over the road is no longer there, but the part that crosses the railway remains intact, and it's over this that Kibber is followed by a detective, played by none other than Freddie Marks of Rod, Jane and Freddie fame. Here's our view today. The original ironwork has been supplemented with extra handrails, and of course the stairs now have non-slip coating and orange paint marking the edge of each tread, but we still get a good strong echo of the bridge's 70s self here. Apart from being off-white instead of grey, the main structure here does not seem to have changed much from when Kibber crossed it. Coming down the steps on the far side, we see again a remarkably uncluttered platform with a switch motor waiting to whisk Kibber away from the squad's tail. Here's a view looking back across the bridge today. Good luck trying to park your getaway vehicle there today, eh? Stuff everywhere. We look back at the bridge here as Kibber makes good his escape and Freddie, rest his soul, goes to hand in his papers to his super and put on a pair of green dungarees. I'm sure I don't need to explain why I wasn't stood further back to match up the shots here better. I know you were paying attention in the previous shot. We leave Olympia Way now for a short scene on Sinclair Road from Taste of Fear. Following the shootout at Trampers Travel, Regan and co are on the lookout for the hightailing Hargreaves.
I should have rode him out first time he bottled. This, Wilson, none of it would have happened.
Gov, there he is.
If you've watched the previous video, you'll know they found him in Perras Road, about 1.5 miles from here, so Tom has cracking eyesight. One of those rarer moments when locations don't quite flow together. It's hard to pick up the exact spot here as you only get a glimpse through the back window, but you can sense the general architectural style and see that we have more of the usual paint and loft conversions and so on today. Our next location is just up the road at St Matthew's Church, where in Messenger of the Gods, Chancer Lukey Sparrow is preparing for his wedding to Linda Ricks.
Oh, Lukey. I was ever so worried.
I had hoped to try and get inside the church to film, but it seems it's only open to the public at certain times, and there was some kind of choir rehearsal going on as I filmed. Nonetheless, you can match up these stained glass windows to the left of the transept with the ones behind Lukey. He'd have been walking left, away from the altar in the modern day shot here. Later on, Linda's brothers have a friendly little chat with Lukey.
Playing the Alsatian with any bit of spare rattle.
We're going to chastise you.
Comprenez-vous?
That shot was taken looking towards the 3 stained glass windows behind the altar, which you can see here from Sinclair Road. We'll leave Lukey to it and head round to Bolingbroke Road, where in Jack or Knave, Carter goes to speak to Jean Jackson, who has ties to a wages snatch suspect. George waits outside for Jean to return to her home at number 46. Some good old 70s colour palettes on the motors here.
Jean Jackson,
I might be.
can we come in?
Can I stop you?
No, not really, no.
Nowadays, apart from some shinier brickwork and window bars, the view is much as it was. Jean's house is this one with the black door we pan round to. Just round the corner in Milson Road, we stay with Jack or Knave, where Ronnie Harries is back from an afternoon out on the sauce, followed by Carter on 2 wheels. Ronnie has been larging it up lately with money that the squad suspects came from a wages snatch. Here, he staggers up the steps to his gaff at number 14. Ronnie, of course, played by Richard Griffiths, who many remember as
Monty, you terrible... Shut it!
Nowadays, as is so often the way, you'd swear the street had been narrowed because the average motor is just so much wider now. Speed humps, parking bays, all the usual. Plus, we can see a bit of Notting Hill colour has crept into some of the house frontages. The steps up which Ronnie trots are the ones on the right of this pair in the main shop now. As mentioned, Carter was following on a bike. This is his view as he looks back at Ronnie's gaff. We'll nip round the corner now to Irving Road and a scene from Series 3 episode May. Young Davy Holmes is deep in bother, having attracted the attention of some bent coppers who are intent on blackmail and a right fit-up. Detectives Cree and Feast head to Davy's mum's flat to put the lean on him, in an S-type Jag no less. If that don't tell you they're villains, then nothing will. They pull up to the curb by number 19 and head down the passageway to the side door to the flat. The street has a very similar look to it today, though as we pan round to number 19, there's one very obvious difference that we'll come on to. Having initiated the stitch-up, Cree and Feast lead Davy away to the Jag, but Davy, played of course by a young Carl Houtman of Brushstrokes fame, has no intention of coming quietly. He throws the elbow and has it away down the street in the direction of Masborough Road. The path down the side to the flat would pretty much emerge where this bush is now. As we pan round, we can see again that the view down the street where Davy ran has not really changed all that much. However, the obvious change I mentioned is of course that the gap between the houses where they walk down to the side door into the flat is nowhere to be seen. That meant a quick trip to our trusty side-by-side maps, where as we can see in the 70s there was a space between numbers 17 and 19 that has since been filled in. The gap stood where this middle yellow property is now, terraced in between the two beside it. We can see the corner brickwork of numbers 17 and 19 in the episode on either side of the shots as Cree and Feast entered then left the flat, matched up against the modern view here. Back down Masborough Road on the corner of Milson Road, Carter goes into a boozer in the episode Money, Money, Money. Eddie Monk has had a Paul's win and is now being blackmailed about his criminal past and has gone into hiding. Carter checks out his known haunts. Lovely 70s brass here, touch of Morricone about it. I think this might be Keith Mansfield, but not 100% sure on that. The Bird in Hand was apparently opened in 1878, then rebuilt in 1926, so it is about to celebrate its 100th birthday in its current guise. Like so many London pubs, it's now more of a restaurant that may serve you a beer than a proper boozer. Ah well, at least it's still around, eh? We'll move on down Milson Road now to a scene from Taste of Fear. Regan is visiting one of his snouts who works in a laundrette.
Where's he going?
Meet one of his snouts, Widow Twanky.
The passageway he walks down still exists today. A couple of vents from the old laundrette have been filled in, but other than that, we're much as we were. Panning round, we can see a basement has been opened up that was previously concreted over. From inside the laundrette, we can see there was a pub, the Royal Oak, across the road. That pub has gone the way of many now. Originally called the Jam Tree, then the Priory, then the Royal Oak, it was briefly renamed as Underbrook before closing for good in 2014. It's now some kind of design business. we walk through the passage, we emerge on Hofflin Road, where we'll first pick up a short shot from the hunt for Hargreaves in Taste of Fear.
I shouldn't have listened to you.
We're looking northwest up the road here, and there's really not a huge amount to note, besides the usual gentrification and pricier motors. Looking the other way down the road is a scene from Messenger of the Gods. The Bentley has been passed from Collie Kibber to Albie Spooner's firm, and two of his lads pick him up where he's been laying low in a garden after escaping from Carter in Fulham. The passage to the laundrette is down on the far right here. The most notable thing today is obviously the massive Olympia development going on in the background. We'll head to Russell Road now, where in Latin Lady, the squad arrives at the offices of TWA, just in time to apprehend one Christabel Delgado, aka Chrissy Delton, before she flees to Rio with 85 grand in her luggage. Here's Jack and George pulling up to make the arrest. For many years now, this building has been home to the London Olympia Hilton Hotel, which is extended outwards from the original frontage. From this view, you can see the blue roof of the lobby extension sitting in front of where the TWA office entrance was. One road to the east, on Hofflin Road, we have a short scene from One of Your Own, as the squad race to Patsy Kearney's junkyard to sort out a tangled diamond heist. We're obviously shooting from another vehicle here, whereas I had to do my shots on foot, but you can match up some distinctive features such as these two ornate gable ends. Our final location takes us to Russell Gardens for a number of scenes, starting with Payoff in Series 3, where Drake's Drum, a bar owned by a robbery suspect, is being staked out. Drake's was where this corner cafe now stands, and a modern brick and glass box has replaced the old boozer on the opposite side of Elsham Road. Tom was parked down the bottom in the VW, and from his POV we see Regan's car pull out of Elsham Road and park on Russell Gardens as he goes to talk to Askins. This is that view today, with the site of the old boozer now on our left and Drake's Drum, the grey-fronted cafe, in the centre. In the Swan Song episode, Jack or Knave, the Sweeney smudger is capturing the comings and goings from a club known to be a hangout of Ronnie Harry's.
I reckon they'd bunged the ref myself.
What, a world championship? Leave it up.
The Ranch House Club was at number 10 in what was most recently a Persian restaurant. The laundrette next door was in what is now chic hair salon. And still staying right where we are, we have a scene from Faces, where Carter heads to a bookies looking for his snout, Albert Milligan. Here, Carter pulls into Russell Gardens and goes into the bookies, situated next door to the laundrette. The houses at the top of the screen across Hofflin Road have not changed much at all. The bookies was in what is now a fruit and veg shop. Milligan has had the wind put up him and he takes off. This view looks across from the bookies down towards Russell Gardens Mews. Carter follows and we get a better view of the old boozer on the right here as the camera pans round, past Drake's Drum on the way. The pub was the Kensington Tavern, well known as a live music venue and hangout of musicians, and I'm told was where Freddie Mercury met Brian May and Roger Taylor when they performed with their old band Smile. It also appeared in an episode of Minder. George catches up with Albert in the Mews.
Give me, Albert.
You can shift for an economy size, can't you?
Leave me alone, Mr. Carter. I didn't know nothing.
All right, you're under arrest. You told me enough to tie you in for conspiracy.
This is the Mews today, a far cry from its days as stables for the bigger houses on Elsham Road. During my Sweeneyology blogging days I photographed here, and the owner of this grey house on the right told me that Michael Crawford used to live there. He was unaware though that it had been a stamping ground of London's finest. I do love a good Mews though. And with that, it's time to wrap up this episode. As ever, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Ta-da!